What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be probably the last in the discussion of my favorite Pokemon from each generation. We're going to be discussing Gen 8, the Galar region, or is it the Galar region? Either way, we're going to be discussing Gen 8, so let's just hop right on into this. So, bit of a forewarning before we actually hop into the list. As of right now, with me recording this, I have not played the DLC for Gen 8. So I think it was the Isles of the Fist, the Isles of the, I don't know, whichever one, the Isles of Fist or whatever, I don't know which one it is, but so any Pokemon introduced in either DLC by the time this video comes out, I have not played yet, so they're not going to be included in this list. So number one is going to be the starter, Inteleon. Now Inteleon is a bit of a weird choice. I say weird because of the fact that I like it. It's alright. It's supposed to be a spy. This is one of those things like with the start. Same thing like before we talked about it was like with the starters for Gen 8. They're fine. They are pretty cool. Cinderace, Gorilla Broom, I don't know, I didn't use him. And Inteleon, they're all uniquely designed. They have cool aspects about them. Galar is based off of, the UK. So Inteleon kind of fits that spy, almost like James Bond look. Cinderace is supposed to be a soccer player. I'm an American, so I don't care if it's called football over there. And then Gorilla Broom is based off of like a drummer, so I'm guessing that's supposed to be like a representative like the Beatles or something like that, or just rock and roll in general. I started off with Inteleon because I just really enjoyed Sobble. I just thought that whenever I first saw it, I was just like, oh my god, he's crying. I'm going to pick him and I'm going to make him feel better so that way he doesn't want to cry anymore. And then he evolves into his evolution is like a little angsty emo kid. I was just like, that hit a little too close to home. And then he evolves into Inteleon. He's got like the little wingsuit and everything, and with his signature move, which is here, let's see, Snipe Shot. Again, as always with any of my Pokemon, if they have something that I consider their signature move, he's gonna have it the entire time, even if it's not the best move for the Pokemon. He's a sniper. He's a sniper. Literally, I've seen the videos for the Gigantamax forms for the starters. He literally gets like a tower. He summons like a tower, and then he has a sniper rifle. Yeah, why would I not give him Snipe Shot for his sniper rifle, which I haven't used because I don't think I have access to him yet. It's just I picked him first, and he saved my ass with that move so many times. Just the fact that he was just fast as hell, and it's like, whoosh. It's probably gonna get flagged, but whatever. But anyway, I just really liked his design. Like I said, it's just one of those things. Like when I found out their final evolutions, there was a part of me that was just like, damn, did I fuck up? Did I pick the wrong one? But after using him throughout the entire game, I just grew to love him so much. I was just like, hell yeah, that's what I love to see. It was my boy, the spy, and just we kicked ass. That's the only time. The hardest battle I had in that game was Leon, and I think that was just because of the fact that I went in so unprepared. I didn't know what his team was. I didn't look it up beforehand like I would have with the other games. And so I was not prepared at all when that happened, and that was like my first loss in that game. Was just because I wasn't prepared. But Inteleon did really good. That for that fight at the beginning. Alright, number 2, we're going to have the bird of the bird type Pokemon of the region, Corviknight. Now this one is probably without a doubt my favorite like regional bird of all the regions. The fact that you can catch it so early in the game, it's pre-evolutions, and then when it finally evolves into a flying steel type, and just the look of him is just like, I mean, just look at it. Look at it. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's just like, that is so fucking cool. And I really like the fact that they've brought in another flying steel type, which, if I'm correct, the only other one was Skarmory, which Skarmory is a fine Pokemon, but it's just one of those things as I never could find it as a kid, and I just never really developed a love for that Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's just one of those. It's a fine Pokemon. It's pretty cool. It's the OG Flying Steel or Steel Flying, whichever one it is. But since I never got to use it that much before, I just indifferent to it. But with Corviknight, he was just so badass. He's just so badass looking that it's just like one of those things. It's just like, as soon as I saw it, I was just like, fuck yes. And then when I found out that it's the regional bird, I was like, fuck yes. And it was definitely different than when it was with like Vikavolt with Grubbin and Charjabug, where you had to get through almost the entire game before you were finally able to get this one. With Corviknight, I think you got him at like, level 30 or something. I don't know, it doesn't show up on my team builder for some reason, but either way, it's like level 30 or something, you get Corviknight, and I was just like, yes. And he, again, like in Teleon, he came through and clutched several times. He was like, he's one of the few Pokemon that I had, he's one of the few Pokemon not counting, or one of the 2 Pokemon not counting Inteleon that I had throughout the entire journey, my adventure through Galar. Now, and it's just, again, he came in clutch several times, and the fact that you didn't have to use Fly, because like I said before, with Gen 7 with the Lola, they got rid of the HMs, and the fact that Corviknight taxis are the way how you fly, traverse through Galar, I was just like, that's actually really fucking cool. And it's just there's not really that much to say about it. It's just that he's badass looking. He was strong as shit, and he saved my ass several times throughout the my journey through the Galar region. And it's just, I love how the fact that they're giving more love to one of the regional bird Pokemon, because let's face it, with a lot of the other ones, you're going to find a better flying type later on, and you're just going to switch them out. But with Corviknight, they gave him so much longevity throughout the game, and it was just like, with that steel typing, because it's great against the 6th or 7th gym leader, the fairy type one. I can't remember which one she was. And it's just the fact that you could get access to a Pokemon that early on, or that good of a typing that early on, it was amazing. Alright, number 3, we're going to have Colossal. Colossal, again, it's one of those things. It's just, especially as a Roly-Coly one, I think that's his pre-evolution. The early one I can't remember off the top of my head, but I love the fact that how it starts off. It's like this little like mine cart, or like this little, I guess, or it evolves into a mine cart and just starts off as like a boulder on a wheel. And I was just like, oh, that is so cool. I love it. It's just so, it's cute as fuck. And then it evolves into like an actual like mine cart, and I was just like, that is the stupidest thing I have ever seen in my life, but I will love him and protect him until the day I die, because he's just like, it's honestly a better design than Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn. I'm sorry, I get Rhyhorn and Rhydon confused all the time because they're so similarly named. And then then when you level him up some more, he evolves into Colossal, which is like, again, this goes back to the Tyranitar design. It's a giant rock monster with like coals on top of it with like the spikes and everything, and it's a rock fire type, which, as far as if I'm correct, is the only of its kind. Don't quote me on that because I probably super wrong, but I just really love that. And like, the funny thing is that he's like such a slow Pokemon that but yeah, it's the one that I had was yeah, but the one that I had the ability Steam Engine, which is if it hits by a fire or water type move, it's speed boost. Now this is probably the worst thing you could possibly do with Colossal, but what I did was I gave him Flame Charge, so that way he just use that just spam that for a couple times to get his speed up, and then just go from there. And it's just the funniest thing is like, you got this giant rock monster or whatever, and then all of a sudden here he comes just charging right at you, just like a fucking bullet. And I'm just like this makes no sense at all, but I'm here for it. And the funny thing is sorry, you gotta stay hydrated, drink your water, folks. But yeah, it's just, I love the fact that how funny that was. That just, in the long scheme of things, it doesn't make any sense about how this monster can run as fast as it does. And honestly, like I said before with Inteleon, I got my ass kicked by Leon the first time. So when I figured out what his team was, because I knew what his ace was. It was Charizard. Again, Charizard fanboy here. He was on 2 of these lists. I decided to use my own worst enemy. Went and found a Stealth Rock, set that fucker up, and then just went to town from that. And then whenever Charizard came in, got half health, switched back to Inteleon, snipe shot, and boom, I was the champion of the Galar region. And I was just one of those things, I was just like, there's a part of me, like, that hurt, because of the fact that I had to use the move I hate the most, because of what it does to Charizard, to win against the Charizard. And I was just like, part of me felt like I was betraying Charizard, but hey, I had to do what I had to do. Number 4, we're going to be having low-key Toxtricity. Now, the reason why I picked this specific form of Toxtricity is because it was the first one I got. Whenever I played through it, I didn't realize that Toxtricity. I'm just gonna call him System, because System of a Down. Toxicity. I can't even pronounce that right. But anyway, with low-key, I didn't realize that he had an amped up form, and that the reason, like, for it from Toxel to evolve into either form, it depended on its nature. See, I didn't know that at first, and so whenever I got Toxel, I was like, oh fuck yes, man! This is so cool. He's like, again, I use this a lot with a lot of Pokemon, but he was just so fucking derpy. He was like literally he was like one of the only, like, the baby Pokemon, because he was wearing a diaper and he just crawled around everywhere, and I was just like, he is one of my sons. I shall love and cherish him and protect him until the day that I die. And I thought that was just he was just so cute, and I loved it. And then when he evolved into System, I'm just calling him System, because that word's just fucking me up. When he evolved into System, I was just like, this is so cool. Because what I liked about it is just like, he like literally, like, he would play or he would use his, like, I guess his chest fins or whatever. Well, you see the chest fins like right there, like as a guitar and everything. And then when you get with like the G-Max form of them is like a System, he would like pretty much summon like what looks like a giant electric guitar out of like the back amps or whatever, and just swing at you. And it was just, I thought he was just so cool. And he came, like, again, like I've said before, poison types are like one of my favorite types in all of Pokemon. again, Dragon, as always, Dragon is my favorite of all time. Poison is definitely up there, and so when I found out that I could have a poison type and I got it pretty much for free relatively early on in the game, I was just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. And again, with a lot of the baby Pokemon, like especially with like the pseudos, you run into that problems like it takes forever. They have slow experience, they're not that strong, especially when I was where you're at in the game, which is why I'm so glad that they still have the team experience share. Again, like I said before, a lot of people complain about that because it makes things too easy. I'm like, I'm sorry, I enjoy this feature so much because I don't like grinding for hours on end just to level up my entire team. Again, I don't know that many people who enjoy grinding like that. It's just so tedious. In fact, yeah, it's just, that's what I love so much about why they introduced that. I'm just like, oh my, yes. Because honestly, if they hadn't done this, I don't think this list would be I'd be able to talk about this list as much as I do, just because of the fact that I'm like, I wouldn't train a lot of those Pokemon because I just do not like the grind. I don't like grinding at all. And so I just, especially with like the weaker Pokemon, it's just so time consuming because you have to go back to the area where they're going to be relatively same leveled, and then you got to grind, fight a few Pokemon there, level them up, and then when they're finally too strong for that, you got to go to another area and rinse and repeat, or just have switch them in and out, and that's just so time consuming. And I'm just so glad that they did this because I discovered one of my favorite Pokemon being System. He saved my ass so many times. Again, like with Corviknight, that poison typing against the fairy type gym leader did so good against them. And then the electric part of it, because I think you get this before you fight the water type gym leader. If not before, yeah, I think it's right before. So I was like, oh cool, now I got an electric type. So I just trained that up some, get it to evolve. And the water type gym leader, I think Nessa, I did great against her, I don't know what, against her because of a System. And it's just, I loved that so much. And he just, like I said, he became one of my favorite Pokemon because of that. And again, just that design. Honestly, I like the design for this one a lot more than I do the other one. It's just something about that blue and purple that just vibes so well together, as opposed to like the purple and like the yellow, which honestly, purple and yellow are I really like that color combination, but it's just like only when it's like a gold color, not just like any kind of yellow, which is what the amped up System is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name anymore, but it's just the deep purple and that light blue just works so well together, and it's just, I just really enjoyed it. Alright, so number 5, we're going to have, again, the pseudo legendary of the region, Dragapult. Now, this one was a very, very late addition to the team. In fact, I didn't realize that it was a thing until I fought Leon, and I saw that. I was just like, what the fuck is this? It's Dragapult, and I looked it up, and I was like, I'm gonna go get this motherfucker. And so I caught its pre-evolution and trained it up before I went to go fight Leon again. And I think I switched out what I wanted originally. Again, this is okay, so a little bit of a side note. So I had originally wanted to use a mixture of either Grimmsnarl or Obstagoon, which is the Galarian Zigzagoon of Final Evolution. But I think I've said this before, these are like two of the Pokemon that it was a mixture of, they didn't exactly do exactly what I thought they were going to do, and it was also a mixture of, I didn't really know how to use them properly in battle, because whenever I tried to go use them, I was just like, oh, okay, this is kind of weird. So I switched them out. So I think at the time I had Grimmsnarl on my team, and I was just like, alright, this isn't really doing it for me. So what I did was, when I found out where I could go and find Dragapult, I switched those two out, and I believe I caught, okay, so I either caught Dreppy or Draclo. I can't remember which one I caught. And so I trained it up until I got to Dragapult, and when I finally got Dragapult, I went back to Leon to challenge him again. This time I sent out Colossal, Stealth Rock, did my best, switched them out, used them, And yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like I didn't have that long of a time to actually use him a lot more than I would have liked to. But I really it's a Dragon Ghost type, which up until ever since Giratina, one of the legendaries for Gen 4, this is no other Dragon Ghost type up to my knowledge has been a thing. And I really like how it's supposed to be like designed of a stealth bomber, and then it shoots out the Dreppies out of like it's got like missile launchers of Dreppies, like, in which you can see like right there. And so I just really liked that, and I just liked this design and everything. How it's just like it's like again, it's a stealth bomber up top, and then it's just like it's got like the little small hands and feet right here, and then it's got its long tail. It's green, and then you can tell, like, depending on which picture that I use, you can tell its tail is like intangible. And I just thought that is so cool. I really like that. In fact, I don't think it was until I saw a video. I think it was from Loxton, or maybe it was Birdkeeper Toby. I don't remember off the top of my head. That they decided, oh yeah, it's a stealth bomber. It's like, that makes so much sense. I fucking love it. In fact, I don't think I realized it at the time that it had two Dreppies inside of it, and that it just shot it out. It wasn't until either I saw the video from Birdkeeper Toby or Loxton, I can't remember, or maybe I just saw it later on in the game, and I was just like, oh my god, that is so cool. It's like a lot of Pokemon. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to protect my young. Not Dragapult. It's just like, nah, you're going to shoot them out at like Mach 3 to attack your opponent. And I really enjoyed that. I just loved that. I thought that was hilarious. And after Leon, he started using him again and get the battles against like the battle tower and stuff. And he just came in clutch. He came in clutch so much that I was just like, I love this. I love him. I love him. I love it so much. Alright, last but not least, we have number 6, Orbeetle. Now, this one, again, this is like the same with Vikavolt. It's the bug type of the region, and it evolves into something really, really, really good. It's Bug Psychic, which, as far as I know, yeah, I've said this so many times, but as far as I know, this is the only Pokemon of its kind, and I just really love that. And I'll be the first to admit, at first it was just like, for a while it was just like, damn, I don't know if I want to keep this on my team. I don't know if I want to switch it out, but I just kept using him in battle, and it just brought me, and he just kept winning, and he won so much. I was just like, damn, I don't know if I really want to use him, but he's doing so good that I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to keep him, just because of the fact that I'm just like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. He just brought me so many victories, and it's just like, at first, like I said, at first I was just like, I don't really know if I want to keep this guy on my team. This like Corviknight is one of the few Pokemon that the only two, like, not counting my starter, because I always keep my starter no matter what. I was just like, I'm keeping him on my team. He kept through him through the entire time, and he went to against Leon, and I think I swept Leon's team with Inteleon, but the fact that I used him a couple times. I used him a few times against Leon, especially I don't think I used him in the battle tower, but the fact he just won a place in my heart on that team, and I was just like, hell yeah, buddy. It was one of those things. It's just like I said, sometimes there are Pokemon that are just like, I don't even know if I want to use this thing, because I'm just like, I think I could do something. I think I could do better. But he proved me wrong. He became so good that I just like, I can't not have him on my team. And so he just stayed on the team. And so that's all I can. He just stayed on my team because he earned that spot. It's not like with my starter, which, again, starters are typically some of the, I'm not going to say the best, but some of the better Pokemon that you have. So for me, it's it's a no-brainer that they're going to stay on my team. But he just is a tough ass fighter, and he just stayed on that. I at that point I couldn't switch him. I don't even know who I would switch him out with, and just because I couldn't switch him out for anybody because I didn't know who could take his spot. And yeah, it's one of the few times that a Pokemon has literally like just earned my respect, I guess you could say, just by how much of a tough little bastard he wanted to be. And that does it for the video. Like I said before, this is it's been a fun few weeks discussing my favorite Pokemon from each generation. I don't know what's next for the channel because I kind of want to take a break from the Pokemon related content because I don't want to be known for just one thing on this channel. It's one of the main reasons why I stopped kind of doing the Let's Plays. I'm just going to do, who knows what's coming up next. I might start discussing some of my favorite anime, or I might, tomorrow, or as of me recording this, tomorrow is Sunday, some new chapters from, like, I think My Hero, One Piece, and I believe Black Clover come out tomorrow, so I'm going to read those depending on how I feel about the chapter. I might do a review or discussion about that. As always, thank you so much if you made it this far in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Let me know what you thought about my list. Did you agree with some of my choices? Are some of these Pokemon your favorite? If not, let me know who's your favorite Pokemon from this generation. And y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all next time.